End of the World Entertainment and Living Proof Magazine. We are out in Austin, Texas at South by Southwest. Today we're bringing you a special feature. We are on location with filmmaker Jon Reiss. You might know him from his documentary called Bomb It, which covered global graffiti culture. He has also written a book called Thinking Outside the Box Office, teaching filmmakers how to self-distribute their films. Today, Jon is filming a scene from his new documentary feature called Bomb It 2, the sequel, and we are in Austin, Texas, checking out Sloke.
So this is basically the essential setup. It's an HV40. There's a little inexpensive Rode microphone on it. I also travel with two lavaliers for interviews. When I'm doing a writer doing a wall, I like to have two cameras so that one can be time-lapse. So what I do is I travel with a little flip camera.
How much of Bomb It 2 are you shooting yourself?
The whole thing.
A lot of our readers and viewers of the blog know Bomb It in a big way. I want to hear about the transition from Bomb It to Bomb It 2 and where the mindset's at.
But so far we've shot in Chicago, now Austin, Copenhagen. We interviewed King 157, who's from San Jose. We're probably going to do one more person from San Francisco. They filmed in Bangkok and Indonesia, Jakarta, Indonesia, Singapore, and there actually are people who do graffiti in Singapore, and then Hong Kong. So the idea is to kind of round out the United States a little bit. And cover some of the areas, and all of it is to cover areas that we haven't been to before. Bomb It 2 is only going to be webisodes. I might eventually do like just the Bomb It 2 feature. By then, I think though, the only thing is that DVDs, no one might give a fuck about DVDs. You know what I mean? It's like at a certain point, no one's going to be buying DVDs. It's like still that punk rock spirit, which graffiti shares in a sense. And because I started working in film doing punk rock documentaries back in 1980. Now having made Bomb It and looking back on the kind of work that I've done, it clearly seems like I'm very attracted to subversive subcultures. The advantage that I have is people kind of like how I interview and like the subjects, what I'm asking about and the way that I ask and talk about the subject matter. So they, from pretty much within 5 minutes, they kind of get that I'm not like the other people they've talked to, and that I kind of am coming at it from a place that they appreciate. Oh, I see. You would have made the L a little bit longer.
Just there. But I'm right on that ridge.
Right.
But I needed to break it up so you know that it's not part of the L. I mean the O.
Right.
You know, and it needed a separation, but I'm happy with it. It's a quickie.
Is filmmaking still fun?
Yeah. There's something life-affirming about what I discovered 30 years ago, the way I, came into filmmaking. Looking back on it, that's why I returned to it. And I can feel it when I'm doing it, when I'm climbing into sewers in Hong Kong. It's like, it's kind of a crazy thing to be doing, but, and you think, can't really think that that's necessarily life-affirming, but it is in a sense. Because you're working with people who are doing anything for their art, and kind of like in a sense that's what graffiti writers do, and that's kind of like what I do.